Howdy, y'all. Jackson here with Ictric Studios, and welcome back to another episode of Outside the Hash. Once again, it is a solo episode, so womp womp to me, I guess. We'll see if Kyle shows up, but I doubt it. It's gonna be a quick episode again because I still have to be at work at 4 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. So, uh, it was a good week of football. We had the LFA championship, which I will get into soon. Low scoring game, but whatnot. Okay. We'll start things off in Canada, uh, where Calgary beat Saskatchewan, giving the Rough Riders their first loss of the season in a battle of pretty much the two best teams in the league right now. Calgary came away with a pretty good win. Hamilton beat Ottawa in a close one, and BC pounded the Eskimos. I was two for three on the pick'em. Uh, Unfortunately for my Owls, with the bye week, they fall behind Hamilton in the standings. So hopefully we can turn that around. I think David Alexander will be back this week, so we will see an improvement in the quarterback position at least. And with that, I'm gonna go with my Owls. Um, ooh, I'll go Winnipeg, even if Calgary is the number one team at the rest right now, but it's home. Winnipeg's still really good. BC, Saskatchewan. I'll go Saskatchewan there. And Hamilton, Ottawa. We gonna go Tiger Cats. Olivia Mitchell leading the way passing and having a really good season so far. 11 touchdowns, only one interception, completing just over 66% of his passes. James Butler is leading rushing, and Kenny Lawler is still leading receiving right now. The crossover game has came back into effect, though still early on in the season. BC moving into the crossover. So that is where things stand in Canada right now. We will hop over to the LFA, where they just had their championship game. It was a defensive struggle. They didn't put their stats out, which is very unfortunate. To do a quick overview, unfortunately, um, it came down to kicking. Uh, the Oso Stefundis, they were in a position to go up or to tie things at 13-13 at the end of the game, but they missed it. Then the Mexicas ran out the clock almost on a just running backwards. The quarterback safetied, so that's why it's 1 point game. They did get the ball back on the safety punt and try a really long field goal, but they did not have the legs for that. So 13-12, Mexicas finish a near perfect season that was only wrecked by the Cadillos in the final week of the regular season. So good season for the Mexicas. I wasn't expecting them to win. I was all the way down between the Osos and the Cadillos as my pick, but the Mexicas went wire to wire. So props to them. Over in Europe, we had some actual good games. Not so far early in the week, but later in the week. Um, Madrid Eagle handled in the Enthroners. Munich handled the Mercenaries, though that game was probably a little closer than it should have been. Stuttgart beat Frankfurt. I'm surprised Frankfurt actually scored almost 40 points without their number one quarterback and without one of their best defensive players. Cologne still sucks. So they got throttled by Berlin, who was also not good. So, you know, Jacob Sullivan gets to pad some of his stats, though. Panthers Prague. This was a really good game. I wish my Lions would have came away with it, but unfortunately they did not. Uh, Javarian Smith, though, did put up a 300-yard performance. Passing, of course, 200 of those yards were one guy. So, you know, Nordic Storm Rhine Fire, a 1-point game because the Fire went for two at the end of the game, and it did not come down with it. So the Nordic escaped there to keep their perfect season alive. Adrian Clark 300 yards. He threw a couple picks though, so he hurt his quarterback rating. And then Vienna with a close win over Paris. Uh, Paris proving to continue to be a good team. They did fall behind Stuttgart in the standings though, with the loss, but their SRS is still better. They're still in the playoffs with a wild card thing. So Cologne is garbage, so Frankfurt probably wins that. Munich Raiders. What's the rate? F9? Yeah, I'll go Munich. I'll go Vienna there. I'll put some love in my Lions there at Madrid. Nordic's gonna kill them. Where's Stuttgart? This is going to be a good game. It's in Stuttgart, so I'll go with the home team there, and then I'll go with the Fire there. So with Adrian Clark throwing those two picks, he did fall behind Reed Sinnott in quarterback rating, but he is also having just a massive year, of course, being ex-NFL quarterback. Probably will do that. That being said, I don't know how Adrian Clark is in Europe. I don't know how he's not playing somewhere in America or Canada. Like Ben Holmes, I think, was on a UFL team at one point. And with that, DeMarcus Irons for the Panthers, still leading the league in rushing. And then Aaron Krushenk for the Bravos, still leading the league in receiving. Not really a surprise, being the number one target for the number one quarterback. So there's that. Playoff shaking out right now is that the wild cards are playing their teams in their own division. So that is slightly interesting, and we will see how that plays out as the season progresses. But Nordic and Vienna still both have the buys. We will hop over to the IFL. Bay Area came away with a 1-point win over Vegas. That was on a missed 2-point conversion as well, I'm pretty sure. Somehow San Antonio beat Jacksonville. I don't know how that managed to happen. I forgot to put the stats there. Green Bay won. I know that. So I guess I would have the stats over here. It was 58-52, Green Bay. 58-52. So good high scoring game, one touchdown. So sad for my team Wheelers, but they are still the one seed. They are still locked into the playoffs. So I'm not worried yet. Tulsa, Massachusetts was an interesting game, and unfortunately, they don't have the stats working on it for a couple reasons. Tulsa has revamped their quarterback room. They signed Sam Castronova from Albany of the AF1, who just won MVP in the AF1, just won the arena or the whatever arena. I don't remember what championship arena. What are their championships called? The Arena Crown. I was thinking Arena Cup, but that was AF2. And Arena Mania is the Arena League. They won the Arena Crown, going undefeated. So Castronova has not lost this year. They also, though, however, also signed Carl Robinson from Beaumont in the NAL. So they're absolutely stacked because considering they also have T.J. Edwards, but he's hurt right now, so they have loads of talent at quarterback right now. I don't know. They're making a push for the playoffs. They are in right now, and they needed that win against Massachusetts because that's who they're battling with. There was also the sort of the side thing being Tom Manass is the Massachusetts coach, and he was Castanova's coach last year in San Antonio, and then he was his coach years prior in Albany in the NAL. So they were familiar with each other. But with that, Castanova gets the win. He keeps his undefeated streak for the season going, 35-28. Fisher beat Iowa in a close game, I guess because they're both kind of bottom feeders. Arizona beat San Diego in a close game. Uh, I guess I should have stuck with the home team there, but that moved Arizona back up to the 2 seed. And then Northern Arizona beat Tucson in a sort of a surprise there, but lower end teams and whatnot. Okay, I'm gonna go Green Bay, go Arizona. I'll go San. That's a long travel. I think I'll still stick with San Diego. Also with Casanova now. They're just like the Ozarks over in the Arena League with Kolka now. You just can't pick again. Can't pick against them. Quad City will beat Iowa. Vegas should beat Northern Arizona, and then Bay Area should beat the Panthers for my pick there. So yeah, Dalton Sneed still leading the league in passing. Josh Jones leading the league in rushing, and Kyan Williams still leading the league in receiving because Iowa gets so much garbage time. But yeah, so Quad City's still the 1 seed, but they're now playing the 4 seed of Tulsa, which is a trap game if I've ever seen one. So I think I'd rather actually be the 2 seed right now if Tulsa's going to end up as the 4 seed. I think that you want to avoid Tulsa right now, I think, if you are in the East. Bay Area, Vegas, Arizona, San Diego over in the West. And with that, we will hop over to the Arena League. Ozarks have, I don't know why they were listed as the 1. Their standings is all messed up. I think it should still be Duluth. But with that, I'll flip those around for my own sake. But yeah, Ozarks are good now because they have Kolka. But yeah, Duluth beat Claire. They didn't have the stats in. I wish these leagues would just be consistent with getting their stats in. But Ozarks beat the Woo. Kolka threw a couple picks, but other than that, they were early, and from there on out, he played great. Kolka Mania continues. 48-34 win there for the Lunkers. And St. Joseph absolutely smoked Hot Springs. So good for me and my goats. Picks for next week. I'll go Iowa. I'll go with and then I'll go St. Joseph. Wins back-to-back games here. Trujillo for the goat, still leading the league in passing. Uh, Kolka's in 6th place, so next week maybe he'll be up in the top 5 in just a few games. Brandon Mackey leading the league in rushing still, and Booth Smith leading in receiving, and the top 4 are the original 4 teams right now. Of course, Kansas City being St. Joseph now. And with that, we will hop over to the last league, the fun league, the Australian Football League. Only one swap in the top 8. Western and Fremantle swapped again. Brisbane handled the Carlton. Gold Coast beat Collingwood because Collingwood could not kick fucking goals. They had like so many fucking behinds. It was very frustrating. Fremantle beat Hawthorne in a bit of an upset there to propel themselves back into the top 8. GWS beat Geelong, the sad day for my kitty cats. Richmond beat Eston in an absolute slugfest, no offense. So kind of wild. That's a really low scoring game. You'd almost think it was a women's Australian football there with that kind of score. Adelaide beat Western in a close one, 109-98. Melbourne beat North Melbourne, 119-83. Port Adelaide beat West Coast, 87-61. And Sydney still remember how to play football at the moment. They're almost back to 500. Almost. 92-87 over St. Kilda. And with that, I will go GWS. I will go Brisbane. I will go Carlton because I won't pick the Demons. I'll go Hawthorn. I will go Sydney. Ooh, I guess I'll go Richmond. They did just get a win. I will go Adelaide. I will go Collingwood, and then I will go Geelong there for my. So Collingwood Magpies, Brisbane Crows in the top 4. Gold Coast, Fremantle, and Hawthorn GWS in the bottom of 4 there for the playoffs right now. Of course, still lots of football left. And with that, quick episode, less than 20 minutes. I got nothing to really add. I will see you all next week with maybe or maybe not a co-host. I think I might just have to accept the fact that this is just going to be a solo show, recap show. So that's why we got the face cam now on the thingy, because I was prepared for this. So see everybody next Wednesday at 7.